John Celentano with Marine Max in Norwalk, Connecticut. Today I'm on the Boston Whaler 285 Conquest. This is a great boat for fishing. It's a great cruising boat. In fact, this boat can do both. It can do it all. I'd like to take you on a quick tour around this boat, so come along with me and let's take a closer look at the 285 Conquest. Starting in the aft section near the transom, on the port hand side we have a live well where all of your baits can be kept. Next to that is a sprayer which comes out, and you can use that if you put in a cutting board here for fish preparation, cutting, and the blood and guts and all of that can go down here in the transom aft of the cockpit so that you can keep everything nice and clean and clear in the cockpit. You can see that there's plenty of room here for walk around the engines so that you can easily get from one side of the aft part of this boat to the other. You have a boarding ladder here off to the starboard side, easy to pull out, and you've noticed for safety that it does have a cover to it so you won't trip over the ladder when you're going on or off boarding the boat. Here's an idea of what the aft bench seat and the starboard side bench seat look like when they're deployed. It gives you a nice little conversation area in the aft end of the deck. You can also opt for the optional sunshade, which comes out over here and will shade the entire area, and then get an optional table, and you have a whole conversation area that can keep you out of the sun and enjoying the afternoon on the water. Moving on forward now out of the cockpit towards the helm, you'll notice here behind the seats there's lots of storage. 3 storage drawers here, and behind the captain's helm seat there's a sink as well as a cup holder here and plenty of storage underneath. Directly behind the captain's seat there's an area here for the battery switches and some of your main breakers. Moving into the helm area, you notice there's a really nice captain's seat here with a fold down bolster. Makes it really comfortable at speed. This particular boat has the digital throttle and shifter right here. Everything nice and automatic and very smooth. It has a bow thruster here, and on the helm area you can see that there is plenty of room here for a couple of multifunction displays. Looking forward, you can see that the visibility here on the 285 is exceptional. It's literally 360 degrees around. There's really no quadrant in this boat that you haven't got great visibility on. Whether it's looking for fish or it's trying to back into a slip, this boat can do it. It can do it all, and it does it with great visibility. On the port side of the helm area, you can see that there's a really nice chaise lounge which extends from the forward to the aft and area, and it has plenty of room for an adult to stretch out and enjoy a nice warm afternoon. With the filler cushion removed, now you have aft and forward facing seats where 2 people in the afternoon, when they're ready for lunch, can basically just go and pull this table out, which nests at the side of the boat, and now you have a full eating area here for 2 people. We're down below now in the Boston Whaler 285 Conquest, and you have a pretty good shot here of the forward berth and what it looks like when the filler cushions are put in. And you can see that there is plenty of room here for 2 adults to have a queen size bed for sleeping in the evening. When sleeping is done and you're ready for the day, the filler cushions come out, and there's a table which goes into the middle here, and this becomes an area that can seat 6 to 7 people very easily. We're on the foredeck now of the 285 Conquest. You can see it has a nice delta anchor there with a automatic electric windlass. It has a rope and chain locker, and you'll notice in there there's also a handheld control to help move the anchor up and down. Returning to the helm area, I just wanted to show you, since we were talking about protection, that the sides have snap-in Marcolon panels which zip and snap in to protect you on the sides, on the port side, and also here on the starboard side, and also incorporate a drop system for the back here so that you're fully protected in the helm while you're underway. Here's an example of the full drop-down curtain set on the 285 Conquest. You'll see that it covers both port and starboard sides here, and then as well it covers the entire aft area, so that if you're using air conditioning or heat to try and extend to 3 seasons, you'll see that this will do the job because it entirely encloses the cockpit area. That's a quick look at the key features of the 285 Conquest. Let's see how she performs now out on the water. Okay, here we are on the 285 Conquest. We're just sort of moving along at 2,500 RPM. I'm going to go ahead and advance the throttle and get her up on plane here, so you can see how nicely she comes up on plane. We'll put a little bit of trim in, and you'll see how nicely the bow comes down, and we get a nice smooth ride here. 285 Conquest, a great boat, and she just purrs right along. Thanks a lot for coming along on this brief tour of the Boston Whaler 285 Conquest. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or you'd like to learn more, please don't hesitate to give me a call at the telephone number listed below. This is Captain John thanking you again for coming along, and I'll look forward to seeing you on the water.